is Lidia Rodriguez, and this is Small Biz Spotlight 210. So thank you so much for joining me today for another episode. If y'all can please stay to the end of the video, I do have some important information for all of y'all. And if you are new to me here, what I'm trying to do with my YouTube channel is exactly what the title says. Is to put a spotlight on small businesses here in San Antonio. And hopefully, in the future, I'll try and work my way out to the surrounding areas. So today, I'm so excited to bring this to you because I know Christmas, the holidays are coming up, and I love your jewelry. I love it. I love it so much. They're beautiful, beautiful. So let's have her introduce herself. This is Bertha Longoria. Go ahead and give us the full introduction, Bertha.
Okay. Yes, my name is Bertha Longoria. I was born and raised in El Paso, Texas.
Another El Paso.
I was born and raised in El Paso, Texas, and I lived there until I moved to Seattle. In 2015, I moved to Seattle. Lived in Seattle for 8 years.
Oh, wow.
And then I moved to San Antonio. I've been here since 2022. I have 3 adult children and 3 grandchildren. And
You're
two
busy.
of which are here in San Antonio. And I started my polymer clay business on or about 2021 when I was still in Seattle.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Of course, my aesthetics has changed quite a bit since I arrived here in San Antonio. Obviously, because of the celebration of our culture here.
Right, right. Coming back to the
roots. That's right.
Roots.
It's a lot like El Paso, except I believe it's celebrated in a much more broader sense. And I feel right at home here in San Antonio.
Fantastic. Yeah, well, that's a big change from El Paso, very dry, to Seattle, very wet, right? I believe is what I hear. And then coming back over here, it's dry again over here. Did you miss the southern weather?
I'm definitely, I enjoy the warm weather. Seattle was a bit hard for me. It's cold. It doesn't rain, I don't think, as much as people believe it does, but
yeah.
It's beautiful. The scenery is beautiful. If you like the outdoors, that's obviously a place to be. But there's nothing that to me, the warm weather,
there's no place like San Antonio, right?
No place like home, and no place like San Antonio. That's correct.
Well, thank goodness you have family here, and that keeps you back. We don't want to lose you. Your talent, and you will see all her stuff. And this is obviously where the magic happens.
This is where the magic happens. That's
so,
right.
Okay, how did you come up with the name Birdie and Clay?
Well, actually, Birdie is my nickname from.
Okay.
When I was in middle school, my friends gave me the name Birdie. So I've always associated my name with, birds, and, I like what they signify, the freedom,
Nice.
And so I've used it when I've had any opportunities to have a small business or a little sidekick. I always, associate birds with my business. So I love the. I added the birdie. My logo has a bird or a bird cage, and Birdie is my nickname.
That's nice, because when I was going through your stuff with your social media and everything, that's one of the things that attracted me, because I thought it was so cute, Birdie and Clay. And then I saw what you make, and that kept me going. Because your stuff is so beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you so much.
So I love the name. It was so, so, so cute. So when did you start working with clay?
So in 2021, the way I got started, so I went to a craft show in Seattle, and I've always been, big on supporting small businesses. I've always, gone to those markets, and I went to a market in Seattle, and I was introduced to polymer clay for the very first time, and it was, very lightweight earrings, and I was just so intrigued because the older I get, the less I am able to wear heavy jewelry.
Right.
So obviously I had to purchase, and I had to look into the polymer clay. I explored, I investigated, I just looked into the product because I was just fascinated by the material and the fact that I could, make my own earrings.
Yeah, you're like, I can do this.
And I could make large earrings and wear them,
right.
but, not carry the weight. And so, that was in about 2021.
So you saw the clay and you fell in love with the things that you can make. Did you have to take classes or anything to?
I didn't take any classes. I was a full-time paralegal at the time. So this was just, an outlet for me, being in a stressful job. And this was a very nice, relaxing outlet that I, experienced with. And, started, just like you with the YouTube channels, I started looking into the YouTube channels, getting all the tutorials, just trying to absorb everything I could about polymer clay. And there is so much to learn. I'm still learning. There's still, so many techniques. This medium, this art medium, is incredible. It's versatile. It's there's so many things that you can, do with it. So many different techniques. I haven't mastered everything yet.
Wow.
And I'm still growing.
I love that you keep learning. There's always something more to learn about your craft.
Yes.
And I really, really love
And,
that.
thanks to social media and all of the wonderful artists out there that share their, which, I someday hope to do the same because I have learned so much from
I
other
was going to say, you could even hold
artists.
classes.
I want to just share my knowledge because, a lot of people say, oh, well, how did you do this? I want to create something. Well, it's not anything you're going to learn overnight.
Right.
It's, it's taking me about 3 years to get really comfortable with, my creations and, peace of mind where I know, okay, this product is, safe to use, safe to sell. It takes a little while to get to that.
Yeah, there's a lot
place.
to think about behind the scenes.
Right.
To the end. So that goes to my next question, because I've seen your social media and you do videos of your process. Right. Of a process of making one pair of earrings. How long does it take you from like beginning to the end of your process to make a complete set?
That's a little. So when I create something and I'm going to make something, it's usually a small batch of something. It's never one pair of earrings. So, but if I had to calculate how long it would take me, so the baking process. So think about the baking process, or the initial process is to condition your clay. You cut it, you bake it, just like you would, a batch of cookies. That the baking process in itself, it takes 1 hour to bake.
Wow.
If you want the durability, if you want the proper way to bake polymer clay, it's the best way to bake it is to bake it for 1 full hour. So there's a full hour. Of course, as you're baking, you're creating other things.
Right.
You're taking care of other processes. But I would say probably from the beginning to the end, maybe a 2-hour process. Of course, in 2 hours I can create,
Right.
a small batch of earrings.
But also, you got to like get the idea. What are you going to do? Like, am I going to make hoops, or am I going to make,
right.
whatever? And
right.
so, do you draw first and
I have
picture
I have a lot of drawings. Everything that comes to my mind, I try to put it on paper so that I don't forget my ideas. But I think of all of my customers. I think of, there are customers that only wear studs. There are customers that don't like large earrings.
Right.
They don't like the dangles. So I think about everything. So if I make a batch of, say, one certain technique of clay, or a slab of a certain technique, I will cut out my components, and then I will make a variety. I will make studs. I'll make, something with a hook, something with, and obviously you have to think about the hypoallergenic.
Yes, making sure you have everything that doesn't.
That's not going to create, sensitivity.
Yeah, or to leave you
to
that
the
ugly
customers.
Marks. What do you call that? Like the erosion of it.
Right, the tarnishing.
And
so there's a lot of products out there. Obviously, that's also in the process of educating yourself of making earrings. Besides the proper way to bake your clay and handle your clay and all the techniques that you learn. It's also the hardware that you want to use for your items. Keeping in mind that there's a lot of people that have allergic reaction to certain metals.
Right.
So obviously you're not going to be able to accommodate everyone. But the thing to do as an artist and a clay maker and earring maker, jewelry maker, is to just be transparent about all of the materials that you are using. So that people know. What is in your product.
Right, exactly.
So, that's a description of the metal, and then they can decide whether, they can use that metal or not. That's
why I love your videos, because the customer can actually see your process and how you make them.
Right. And, I take special, I get a lot of special requests. If it's a metal that doesn't suit them, they ask for an alternative, and I'm happy to, to accommodate customers. And, depending on where you go here in San Antonio and where I have been, the aesthetics can be different. And people, ask for different things, and I just love being able to.
So you do custom orders?
I do custom orders too.
Wow.
Yes,
okay.
Yes. I do custom orders also.
That's remarkable. That is remarkable for jewelry, yes.
Yes.
So, okay. Excuse me. Woke up with allergies. Okay, so, to me, everything that you make, that you're really an artist to me. They're absolutely stunning. They are stunning to me.
Thank you so much.
So, where do you get your inspiration from? I know you say some clients give you custom orders, but where is mostly your inspiration coming from?
I think so. I believe my inspiration comes from obviously my upbringing, my culture. I remember as a little girl, taking our family trips over to Mexico and just admiring, the Mexican art. Of course, El Paso is a border city.
Right.
And on the other side is Ciudad Juarez. My mother used to take us to the mercados, and we saw the Mexican, art since I was a little girl. Of course, when I started the polymer clay, my aesthetics was a little bit different, because I believe it was because of where I was at. I was in Seattle, and I wouldn't see a lot of my culture.
Right.
But as soon as I arrived here in San Antonio, I knew that I was in the right place.
Yeah, we take our culture very seriously.
We take our culture
here.
very serious. But I've always loved color and, you know, vibrant colors. I've always loved pottery, ceramics, you know, tiles, and, you know, a lot of my jewelry, if you look at it,
yes,
it will, you could see where the inspiration comes
Yes.
from. It comes from the, all the, you know, the Spanish tiles, and when you know, everywhere you go. I just went to Mexico this year, and, you know, in the hotels, and, you know, you see the tile work. I mean, here in San Antonio, every restaurant I walk into,
right.
you
It's
know,
heavily influenced by. We still have that cord to Mexico, and we celebrate it. We celebrate it here.
and of course, you know, there's no better introduction to our culture than, you know,
I know, and those I
pan
love.
dulce and cafecito. I mean, I was just in El Paso.
Let me show that to them.
I was just in El Paso, and, you know, the best conversations I have with my mother is over a cup of coffee and a
Pan dulce, yes.
So people can really relate.
Yeah,
They can
and
really relate to those, you know, those traditions.
Right.
You know, the you know, here's another little. These are my best sellers, by the way. These little miniature Mexican dolls.
Oh.
That
You see, now this to me, this is art. This is really art. You want something, look at that. Guys, these are beautiful. Handcrafted by this lady here. With her little hands, or your little manita is so much
and then, you know,
art.
here's a larger set.
Oh.
Here's a larger set for there again. You know, there's people that like studs, and there's people that like the larger.
Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at the detail on all of this.
So these
This
are
is gorgeous.
these are excuse me, these are some of my best sellers. And then when I talk about the tile work and the azulejos, and this is kind of a this is also one of my best sellers. But
That
see,
is
this-
absolutely beautiful.
Mhm.
Let me show them that too. And what I like about these, about your tiles, this, you know, for a lot of us, yes, this is Mexican culture. But I think it also transcends to any Hispanic, Latin culture. That, and then they're just beautiful. They're just absolutely beautiful.
Thank you. This is just you know, it's just such a passion of mine to be able to express my, you know, my culture, and, you know, the spirit of our culture, and just embrace it through my jewelry. It's just
To appreciate it, no matter what culture you are. They're beautiful to begin with, but I mean, it's to be able, to help us celebrate and embrace our culture. This is for everybody. This,
You know, what better way to just remember the places where you have been, like special places with special people, you know, and remember by wearing a pair of jewelry. You know, you wear a pair of jewelry and it takes you back to places that were very special to you. I remember, you know, using Play-Doh with you know, my mom, and, you know, us creating little flowers. I'm just recreating and remembering and practicing, you know, just moments that I had as a child, and it's very similar to that.
Yes, because like you said, like you mentioned, the pan dulce plate and the cafe, the coffee, it does trigger a memory for a lot of us of childhood memories with grandmas and the grandpas, all of that. And then the tile ones always bring me back to my grandma's really old house that used to be, you know, off of Trinity on the west side, or, you know, my other grandma off of Salinas by Lanier. And it just like, I remember those days, great memories of grandmas,
Right.
you know,
Right.
the things that they taught you. I think to me, that's something so special that you've created, not just that, but to be able to get your customer to have a memory triggered, a beautiful
Right.
memory.
Right.
That's something special that not every artisan gets to do with their customer.
Right. And then to give the gift, to someone that is going to, represent a special memory, about them, or, there's nothing like gifting something that's handmade and,
Yes.
that will, capture a special moment or occasion. I think that's just really beautiful to be able to
Absolutely.
do that.
Absolutely.
Like the molcajete earrings.
Right,
I
right.
wish I had some to show you, but
I
those are really hard to keep
Yeah.
in stock because you see here on my board I have lots of cutters and there's no cutter for that molcajete.
Oh.
Unfortunately, it's
Uh-huh.
something that I have to mold by hand and
Wow.
I have to. So there's no cutter, so they're a little bit time consuming, but they are just a little precious piece of art to me because again
Yeah.
the molcajetes.
Yes.
Uh,
Molcajetes transcends in any Latin.
It really does. But I remember at every household that I visited when I was a child, and even now, I see a molcajete every relative's home that I visit.
Yeah.
There's always a molcajete
Yes.
somewhere.
We use it.
right.
We use
So
them, yeah.
yes, those are all like precious moments. But of course, I like to also venture out to, keep up with the seasonal items. People like the seasonal. Now that fall is coming up, they like the Christmas, and I don't have a lot of ideas as far as bringing in the culture. I would like to create something that's more, related to our culture, but I will try, just something that is seasonal, like Christmas.
Right,
People
right.
love, Santa Clauses and Christmas trees, and so I do a variety of items.
That's wonderful. Okay.
And
That's
when
good.
when you're also talking about the process, you also learn in this business, the importance of buying good quality tools that are gonna, speed up the process or make your life a lot easier. So I obviously have my vendors that, where I purchase good quality cutters and tools that obviously are going to make my product much better quality. And
Right.
it's going to reduce the time.
Right.
It's going to take me to do a final product because I'm very particular about the finished product and the details, and obviously you want to deliver a good quality product
Right.
to the customer. So that also has a lot to do with how the time that it's going to take you to create something.
Right.
So
So it's not just the time consuming or the creativity of it, but it's also the quality.
The quality of the
Of-
materials and the
Mhm.
tools that you're using. Yes, absolutely. If you don't have a good cutter that's going to have sharp edges, you're obviously going to have to spend more time sanding and getting the finish that you want before you put it out there on the market. So all those things come into play.
So with all of that in mind, okay, so it's the inspiration, the artistry. Everything is a labor of love, obviously. When you're an artisan, when you're a crafter, it's always a labor of love. What part of the process do you really love or find absolutely satisfying?
I think once I have the I get a lot of satisfaction by just making the customer feel really special. When they have purchased something from me, I know that they had many choices. I know they had many small businesses to shop from. So my favorite part of the process is when I put that package together. I want to make sure that they feel appreciated, that I have expressed my gratitude to them, and I always want to make it really special to give them something extra for choosing me. And so, when I put their package together, I just really make it extra special by, just putting that extra touch and a handwritten note always, thanking them for
You're
choosing
okay.
me.
I know
Yeah.
you're getting emotional.
I get emotional.
You see, people, this is why it's like so important to support artisans and small business.
Yeah.
This is why she's getting emotional because it means so much.
It really does, because I see like all of the I see all of the choices they had. There's many wonderful, beautiful, small businesses here, especially here locally. And on Etsy, when you go on Etsy, how many beautiful...
It's a cutthroat business on Etsy. I've been on Etsy and it's difficult.
It is hard. And when they've chosen you, it's like, okay, well, gosh, how can you not be so...
You're on cloud nine.
Yeah. So I want to make sure I get that message, across that. But it's that special touch, that little ribbon, that that special note, and then just the response that I get, the feedback that I always get. That's my favorite part. The feedback that I get from my customers is
it makes it all worth
make
it.
it all worth it. Yeah, it makes it all worth it.
It makes it all.
And of course, the also my favorite part is the local artists that have purchased from me and that have supported me. They will show my earrings on their social media. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
And that's what I really love about San Antonio is a lot of us are a really tight-knit community, our own little artisan community, our own little small business community that we try and support each other.
It has been the most amazing part of being here in San Antonio. The support that you get from the local, artists. They own small businesses themselves, yet they take, time out of their busy schedule to support you. And I have various small business supporters like Lisa Alfaro from Café Conexión, so supportive from day one. She's been so supportive. Bonita Market, with her markets, the way they promote your business when you're going to do a market for them. It's just not even anything that you expect. And when you see this, that is an inspiration. It inspires you to keep going. Sylvia from The Artisan, she has supported me from day one. Now I have Ale from Bonita Vida that, has allowed me to be a vendor in her shop. I'm a vendor at The Artisan. That is all community support. And they are all supporting me as an artist. And that inspires me to keep going.
You do beautiful work. I mean, it's truly a pleasure to be able to know somebody of your caliber. I know you feel like you're just a small little person, but your products just it stands out. You don't need to worry about that. Your work is beautiful. It speaks for itself. The love that you've put in your products shows. Absolutely. That's why when I saw your stuff on your social media and at the Artisan, because I have my stuff there too, I was like, oh my God, these are gorgeous little cute clay earrings, jewelry that I said, I need to get to know this woman. I have to know.
Well, thank you very much. I love it because it's, it's affordable. It's, one of a kind. You can't, just walk into any store and purchase something like that.
Exactly.
So, the fact that, there's something for everyone, or something, that you might, maybe it's not for you, but it's for somebody that you know.
Yeah.
And it's an affordable, unique gift.
Unique gift, and each one, their own little talking piece, It's gorgeous. Okay, so many artisans do markets. What markets are you at?
Okay, so the ones that I have participated in, there haven't been many since I arrived here in San Antonio, but the ones that I have done and have been very successful have been the Fiesta markets. And those are organized, or this particular one that I have done for 2 years in a row since I arrived in San Antonio, are put together by Sylvia Tijerina from the Artisan. Very, very successful market for myself. I did another small market. It was called Mercado Mujeres Mercado.
Oh.
That was a really nice. It was a small market. It was only scheduled for a couple of hours, but I think the message. I love the message that they brought to the community through that market, and it was for young women, and they had all women business, small business women owners.
Oh, okay.
Be part of this market, and they talk to young women, encouraging them to someday be small business owners, to be entrepreneurs. And I just love the message that they delivered to the young students from that school. And so I did that one. That was a real highlight for me. And then I did another small market out in Somerset through Bonita Market.
Okay.
I got to do that, my first night market. That was very, very enjoyable. It was outdoors at Somerset Summer House coffee shop out in Somerset, Texas. That was a really nice market. It was outdoor and very, very successful. I have a lot of following because of that small market. Of course, I've gotten a lot of invitations to other markets from now through probably the month of November, and I'm deciding, and thanks to designer Nadia from Designer, who is also a polymer clay artist. She's been inviting me to a lot of markets, so I'll make a decision as to which ones I want to obviously participate in. There's lots of choices, so I'll make that decision here soon as to which fall. And then we'll have the one of the bigger, of course, Sylvia from the Artisan is the one that will be in the Muertos Fest.
Right.
Which is huge for us. Huge. It's very successful. I was very successful the past 2 years through Sylvia. She will take my product and sell it, and she will do very well for me. So, of course, I'll be creating a lot of things for her and for Bonita Vida as well, for the shop, to bring those new items to the shop for the holidays.
Okay, so for the Muertos Mercado, for that market, if y'all go to the second episode, I do have Janie McClinchy there, and she is with Retro Arts. She's in charge of the Muertos Market. Yes, so if you go to her website, she'll tell you the date and time on her Facebook page of Retro Arts, and that way we can look up your stuff with Sylvia from the Artisan. And Sylvia from the Artisan, I will have her episode here on our channel in November, somewhere along that way, further closer to Christmas. But your stuff is at the Artisan. If anybody wants to purchase right now and not go to the mercados.
Right. You can find it at the Artisan.
Mm-hmm.
You can find it at Bonita Vida off of Fredericksburg. Very cute little shop too. My product has only been there about a month, but you can definitely shop for my earrings there and other cute, very, very Mexican, related items.
Mm-hmm.
And they're off of Fredericksburg. And then I have an Etsy shop.
Yes, I was going to ask you about your Etsy. What is it under? Is it Birdie and Clay?
It's Birdie Clay. Birdie Clay on Etsy.
Mm-hmm.
You can find my link through my Instagram profile. I have my link tree.
Okay.
And then I recently opened my wholesale shop on Fair. So you can purchase wholesale.
Oh, nice.
Through Fair. If you're a retailer, if you have a gift shop, if you have a boutique, you want to purchase items at wholesale price,
Mm-hmm.
you can go to my Fair shop.
Okay.
And the link is there as well. On my
Okay.
Instagram.
So do you have Facebook?
I am not, haven't opened a business account on Facebook yet.
Okay, so what are all your social medias?
Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can find me, of course, on Instagram. The link tree link is there for my
So
Etsy
Instagram
shop.
and Etsy is what you have.
Right.
Okay, so don't worry, guys. As usual, I'm gonna try and have all your links in the description box below. Okay.
And the Fair too.
Uh-huh.
You might include
Right,
the Fair.
like I'll have that you're at the Artisan as well.
Okay.
Okay.
And Bonita Vida.
And Bonita Vida.
Right.
So I'll get all that information and make sure I link it.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
All right. So we did all of that. And on your Etsy, are you gonna have any kind of like discount campaigns going on?
Etsy is usually they run their own they have their own like discounts, and so they're always include coupons, and I usually I'll run a sale during the holidays. Don't have anything confirmed yet,
Mm-hmm.
but there's some there's some sales coming up, and some special promotions for the holidays, and then let's see. Of course, if you order $35 or more, it's free shipping. So there's some incentives. Yeah, there's some incentives that you'll be able to find through Etsy.
And that's going to be great for people who happen to be watching that are outside of San Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
That would be the best place to get your
Right.
stuff, and for Christmas, order everything from
And
there.
of course, if they have a request for a custom order, they can always message me. Send me a direct message on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
They can send me a message through Etsy. I'm happy to review any custom orders that they might have or request.
Okay.
Happy to.
Are you going to do any more videos of your whole process? I love those to see you working.
I want to get a little bit better. Of course, that's my weakest link. I'll admit right now. By the time I start working, and then I realize I should have recorded this.
Right.
I should have recorded this, and obviously sometimes I don't put my full process, because when I have, thought about including the process that I've already started it. But I promise I will get better. I promise I will get better about my my videos, my processes, to kind of share that with you. I would love to share, if it inspires somebody else to start, using polymer clay. That would be wonderful. I know I do have my grandson, 9 years old, in Seattle. I've inspired him, and he is already a natural with polymer clay. He's sculpturing his own polymer clay figurines, and knows about the baking process, and it's just incredible at it.
Wow, at 9 years
At
old.
9 years of age, so
You can imagine. I mean,
so
you
I
can
mean, the
imagine
more
how
people I
that-
can inspire,
Right.
the better. Because I mean, this skill is for everyone.
Mhm.
It's a beautiful art medium that everybody should take advantage of. It really is a beautiful place to be, working with polymer clay.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Birdie and Clay people. I love that. I love that name, Birdie and Clay.
And the more comfortable I get with being out in the public and the social media, and I have so many goals set.
Mhm.
I'd love to do like parties and
Yeah, I was gonna ask you here, like, was there anything that you're gonna be working on currently?
I want to. I've been to parties where it could be like a painting party, but I want to do where everybody goes home with a pair of earrings. I want to give classes. I want to give polymer clay classes. I want to be able to just really expand and share my my art with others. Because I feel that a lot of artists have shared their talents and skills and processes with me, so I want to reciprocate, and I want to do the same. So yes, I'm also a foodie. I want to show you that I have also created something you haven't seen, that you've never seen before.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Let me just, oh my God. This is so cute, guys. I don't know if you can see it. Oh my God. It's a little piece of cake.
So you talk about goals, and my goals are to bring a whole series of just these miniature. I'm just such a foodie, and
Mint chocolate chip ice cream. Oh, and
donuts.
oh my God, this is pancakes with blueberry and a strawberry on the side. How cute is that?
Avocado toast
With a little butter on top. Avocado toast. And it has little pepper specks on there. I don't know if you don't see it. This is, oh my gosh.
I'm just sharing all of the things that I create, but I just haven't put out there.
These
A
are
little
so
donut.
cute. Now these I can see. Bertha for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
These are so cute. Look at that. Little sprinkles.
So these little ice cream cones with different flavors. So there's a lot of things that I'm inspired by, and just haven't had a chance to put it out there. But yes, I have lots of goals set for myself.
And I see there that you also have for cancer ribbons.
Yeah, so this was a recent request that I had for, someone asked me if I could custom make something for breast cancer awareness. I think it's coming up in October.
Oh, yes.
So, I made different sizes of ribbons, and then I also made, I did a rubber ribbon.
Oh, beautiful,
see
like
the
a
rib-
butterfly.
A butterfly. You see the ribbon in between
In
the
between,
wings.
yes.
Mhm.
This is really cute.
And then for those that want like a larger earring, I did put the ribbons on the hoops.
This is really nice.
So, like I said, this will be a very special collection.
Mm-hmm.
If you know someone, or you've obviously been through an experience such as that,
Right.
this would be something really beautiful to give to someone, that has
Right, in support of somebody
support
that's
of
going
somebody.
through all of that.
Right. So,
That-
so see how it could just be, there could be just so much.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
so much inspiration from lots of different,
That's fantastic. All right. Well, I definitely look forward to seeing what else you create. That is so beautiful and intricate. It's art to me, hands down. It's art.
Thank you so much.
All right. So that concludes it. Thank you so much for being on here with me.
Thank you so much for investing your time in me. It really means a lot.
Yeah, well, I wanted to see all of this. This. You have to have your name out there. It's beautiful work.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Lydia.
you. All right,
so much.
guys. So thank you for staying till the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did with this amazing woman. If y'all can just go ahead and go up and give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel so I can continue bringing you these amazing small businesses free of charge for all of y'all. And that will help me support this channel that I'm trying to do. So next episode, if you see me next week, I will have Sarah Elizondo with OmniLife, and she has taken her side hustle with OmniLife and actually made it into a small business. So I can't wait to bring you that as well. Y'all have a great weekend, and I hope to see you next week. All right, guys. Thanks. Bye.